the link. That's right. Okay, so we're trying to see if we go live on Facebook. I think we will, but then we'll know in a moment. Yes, we're live. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Glad to have Wednesday, the last presentation by Anne before we go on our break. And next year, there's some exciting things I'm working to put in place for our show. So we'll just see what happens. There's some ideas I was given by a number of individuals, which I think are worth looking into. So I'll share them with my two, well, all of you are leaders, so the three leaders, and then you'll hear. So first, I'll give it a shot and see if it works. But I think it should, because I'm informed ably that it's very doable. So I'm not gonna say it on air, but Dr. Nelly and Auntie Sylvia, you guys are supposed to be coordinating our get together between now and next year, 16th of January. So we'll need to meet and strategize. There is something very exciting, which a very high level individual shared to me, which I think we can utilize. So we'll just have to discuss and see how we do it, and obviously balance it with the major reason why we do these. But I will be also giving you some extra insight on what I think is very, very important when it comes to our presentation. So next year is very exciting. Everybody that comes on our call, we have some exciting things up our sleeves for next year. But this year, of course, we're coming to the end of it, and we're very proud to have been able to hold the fort and run as we have run. So Anne is already geared, set, and ready out there in Uganda. Is it raining cats and dogs? You know, there by the equator, I think it rains all the time.
It rains, but moderate
yes,
rain.
Okay, when I lived in where my mom comes from, a place called Kasulu. And Kasulu is right at the border with Burundi, and then also Kibondo is at the border with Rwanda, and then a good part of my family in the past were living in Uganda. So my two aunties were born in Uganda. My grandfather was a missionary there, so they do speak fairly good Luganda. And then, oh yes, they do. And then also there's that tie with the Hayas. The Hayas are just south. So if you go south of Uganda, you've got the Hayas both on the Ugandan side and on the Tanzanian side in a province called Bukoba. So that whole area is basically almost like home. And I remember we have 2 rain seasons there. So yeah. Very, very interesting a setup there. So it's always raining. Lots of bananas and very green, lush grounds. So I'm hoping you're having a great time over there in Kampala. And so without further ado, Anne, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. You've described home very well. No wonder it's called the Pearl of Africa. It's beautiful, good weather, good temperatures, good scenery, all green. Yes, so here we are, ending our year. And I really thought that even though we are ending our year, we should still look at what we can do even towards the end of the year. We cannot just relax. We can still have something to do so that we continue on our road to success. All of us, I know all of us who are here on this call, we want to succeed in whatever we are doing. More so in this business, the jeunesse business. We could have slackened, we could have given up, but it's not too late. We can still rise up and follow the principles and use the resources we have been given, and even go outside of what has been given to us and educate ourselves and try out new things which can make us work better, work smarter, and build our businesses. My name is Anne Bachaita, and I'm glad to be speaking to you this morning. And I would encourage those whose names are not showing to kindly rename themselves so that we get to know whom we are talking to. I see someone with Infinix. Kindly put your name so that we know who you are and we can talk to a name of a person we know. All right, that would be lovely and wonderful. And I'm excited about what Rev Walter is going to unleash, what we are going to do differently, because I've also been thinking of certain things we can do differently next year so that we can really boost our business. But today I'll dive into the topic, which is the roadmap to success. And the first step, there are actually 3 steps we'll address today on being able to be successful in the business we are doing. The first one, and I'll ask someone to write it in the chat, is grow your audience. Grow your audience. We are going into a break, but still, even during the break, you can still grow your audience. If you want to have more sales, if you want to have more recruits, you have to grow your audience. Don't be limited to just the people you know. And the first thing you have to think about when you're growing your audience is who is your ideal customer and team member. Just note it down. Who are the people you're looking for? Who is your ideal customer and team member? I've realized over time in the Jeunesse business, our ideal customers really should be pharmacy owners, pharmacists, and people who will be able to continually use the products so that they become distributors, always getting something monthly. Those are our ideal customers. You could also come up with other ideal customers for the Jeunesse business or for your any other business. Think of who is your ideal customer, and then think of who is a team member. In Jeunesse business, we work as a team. So bring in people who will be able to be good team members, who will add value to the team, who will be able to work with others. So look out for people who are good team members and write them down. It's very good. Whatever you document, and you can always go back and look at the list and say, I put this name forward. I have some names I put down way back in 2019 when I started this business. I go back and I look at the list. How far have I gotten to reach out to them and engage them and invite them for the meetings? Because those are the people I want to work with. Those are my ideal customers. Those are my team members. And while I'm here in Uganda, I'm actually visiting pharmacies. Each day I have some pharmacy to visit or some individual or of my ideal customers to visit. And some of the people I'm going to visit, they've actually been given to me by my business networkers. They tell me, you should see so-and-so. They'll be willing to buy your products. So you see the chain of how you can grow your audience. You have to go out there and look out for the audience. Look out for ideal people who will do this business. Look out for team members. And then figure out, where do they hang out? These ideal customers you want to meet. You have to find them somewhere. Where do they hang out? Do they hang out on social media? Then go in there with a purpose of meeting these people. Not just be one of the many followers of those people. Go out with a purpose to meet these people. Are they in groups, WhatsApp groups? Do they follow a certain influencer in society? What have they tried in the past which is similar to what you're promoting, you know? So in regards to our business, some people have been in other networking businesses. Some other people have been in those ones which have similar products to ours. It does no harm to tell them about Jeunesse, because there will always be something which Jeunesse has, which another company does not have. You are not taking them away from what they're doing, or you are introducing something to them, because they could have slackened with the other company like I was. I used to use the Forever Living products, but then I stopped over time, location and all that. But then when I came to Zambia, I came to know about the Jeunesse products and I started using them. So there could be people in that category. So find out where they've been, what was very important for them. Are they into health and beauty? Are they into wellness? Do they want to work on their bodies to live and look and feel young for long? So that's the homework you have to do. And we can really do this in this season when we have a break. So when you have figured out what they're interested in, then go into those groups and find those people. You know, there are some of these Facebook groups where they ask you a few questions. Answer the questions sincerely. Like it could be a group about health and beauty. So they ask you a few questions. Answer them, join the group, because you're going to be with like-minded people, people who are interested in what you're also interested in. So that's where you do that. Send out friend requests. Don't be shy about that. You can send like about 5 to 10 friend requests a day. That's the beginning. That's the first step you are taking to reach out to people. Send out a request. I'll share with you a story I had from Vusi. He told us that there was a certain young man who wanted to get into contact with a very beautiful lady. He saw that young lady on one of the social media platforms. And the lady had so many followers. But when that gentleman wrote in the messages that, where can I send you this? Just that question. Where can I send you this? That lady was able to start conversing with him. He engaged him and asked, what do you want to give me? Then they started talking. They got to a point where the lady was able to give that gentleman her address. Can you imagine it? It all started with, where can I send you this? And then the gentleman said, I want to give you my heart. You have won my heart. Something like that, I've paraphrased. And from there, they started dating. Up to now, they're dating. So you see, when you're intentional about mentioning your request, putting it out there in a tactful way in order to arouse someone's attention so that they get talking to you, you can then be able to establish a relationship which can result into a business opportunity for you to sell, for you to share the business opportunity we have at hand. So be creative about that. If you feel like you cannot do it, there are many ways you can learn on social media. You can find out how you can do it. You can learn how to do it, but just get out of your comfort zone and be able to go out there and do things in a good way, which has proved that works, that will be able to get you the results. So let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is engage your audience. I want you to write that down. Engage your audience. Once you have gotten an audience, it doesn't have to be so many people, but whoever you have gotten as your audience, somebody who's willing to listen to you, start engaging them. Get the valuable content in front of those people who have shown interest to you. We have all those resources on our website. It's just a matter of picking what is relevant. If someone is interested in weight loss, get the weight management clips. And I've found very good ones on Instagram, by the way. Instagram is short, crisp, a picture, a few words, but it works wonders. It helps a lot. So give them those, send them those valuable content. Then that will let them get to know you, first of all. It will also create curiosity around you, about your product, about the opportunity, and also even you as a person. When you engage with somebody, they will get to know you. People buy from people they trust. People do not really buy from, especially in our product business, things we are taking in our bodies, things we are using on our bodies. People would like to buy them when they really trust that it works, because there's so many things out there in the market. So you have to stand a step above the others by building trust with the person you are engaging with. And be ready to be vulnerable, because people will look at your profile. So it's very important. What profile are you putting out there? I know Dr. Nelly is so much a champion of this, that build a good profile so that when people see you, your profile, it's professional. They know whom they are dealing with. They know this person is credible, so they can entrust their questions and their views with you without any fear. So work on your profile, because people, if you're going to engage with people, with an audience, they'll be checking out your profile. And when you are interested in getting close to a particular person as your potential client, customer for this job opportunity, love and like their posts. You can't just pounce onto somebody and start telling them about your stuff when you have not been liking their posts, you have not been loving what they do, and be genuine. So look out for those people whom you love what they do, you like what they do, you make comments on their posts and on their lives. And I really like those people who comment on our Facebook Live. And this is a moment to appreciate them. Thank you for engaging with us, for putting those comments there, for engaging us and asking for further information. And we always get back to you, courtesy of Reb Walter, always gets back to them when they make a comment, and we engage them. That's how we are getting that audience. We are engaging with that audience by having time to talk to them and help them further. I remember I even got a call from someone she was at Kasumbalesa, and she said, I listened to you and I would like to know more information. And I engaged with her, and I provided the information she needed for the products she wanted. It was about skincare range. So these things work. We just have to work the system and we'll be able to get the results. It is through these conversations that you will uncover what they like and what they dislike, and most importantly, the problems and struggles they're facing. Be a friend first, build the relationship and get to know them. Then you can do good business with them, because ours is a business which is long-term. So we really need to build on that so that we build a good relationship with the person and engage them further so that we keep them and be able to build our businesses. So the third and last step for today is promote to your audience. Promote to your audience. You can write it in the chat as well. When you're building these relationships with your audience, and by consistently providing value, educating, inspiring, and serving their needs, you will have built an audience which you can influence over time. That is what will really work for you. You will have built that influence with them, because you'll be always engaging them, and then you will promote. And there are two ways you can promote. You can be active or you can be passive in your promotion. Active is when you actually reach out and ask the people to buy from you or to join the Jeunesse business. That is being active. But you have already built up this platform up to a point where you are there. When you're actively prospecting, actually, you want to make sure that they are your perfect prospect. Don't waste time on people who will not be your perfect prospects, and that you can actually help them by providing a solution. So you have to be very selective. Yeah, don't worry about numbers and crowds. Be selective, because when you're selective, you'll get the right person who will be there for the long haul. So be selective in whom you actually reach out to. First of all, you do not want to appear like you are nagging them. You want to be effective in what you are doing with them. So that is what you need to do. And passive prospecting is like curiosity posts. You know, once in a while, you can put a post up about the benefit of reserve, a benefit of any one of the products, especially the new ones on the market. You can be able to get the posts from Instagram. I've realized that the website is not yet updated, but on Facebook, on Instagram, the new products are there. So you can go there and get them. And even the old products are there with very good captions. So you can once in a while post that in your groups. You can post that on your Facebook just to arouse people's curiosity about what you are into, what you're doing. You can also share a story of what it has done. You can have your before and after. By the way, it's your page, it's your page, it's yours. So you can do whatever you want. If you want to share your story about your before and after on your page, you go ahead and do that. Once in a while, do that. And you post what is happening, the benefits you have gotten from using the products, from the business. If you do that, you're just passively prospecting. And while you do that, you might be able to get someone who is interested in engaging with you further, and then you take it up on. So that is what I want us to do. And we can be able to do this anyway at our pace. But of course, the more vigilant you are in doing this, the more results you will get. And I'm so glad that Sunshine Sylvia has got a sign up. So this is good. So these are things, if we use them, will work, we'll get signups, we'll get people buying, we'll be able to grow our business, and we'll be able to go to further people and tell them about our business. So let's use these principles, they work. Just a testimony yesterday, in our business network, the chapter I belong to, there is a dentist. And while I was talking about the products and what they do, for her, what caught her attention was boosting immunity, and that's reserve. And she had used reserve before, and then she went away on maternity leave. Now she has her baby. So she came yesterday to me. She said, when you presented, what caught my attention was boosting immunity. And she said, I'm back to buy the reserve because when I was on reserve, I was not getting the flus. I was very healthy. I was not getting these infections. She has a medical background. She's a dentist. So she came even with her baby, and I was so happy to see her. But what caught her attention was being out there, engaging, promoting, talking about the benefits of boosting immunity. So she came back for another box of reserve. So that is how we shall get people. And through her, she was able to refer me to a pharmacy because she deals with a certain pharmacy. And then she also told me other people who would be interested in the products. So that is my ideal customer. I really like people who are in the medical and health field because they're the ones who meet people who have problems where we have the supplements which will be able to address their problems. So during this break, I encourage you, we have learned a lot. You can go back, look at the videos, listen to them again. Remember those things you jotted down. Please go and put them into practice. They work, and you'll be able to grow in your business. We all want to be financially free. We all want to get that extra income. We want to rank up. We want to create both the financial freedom and the time freedom, by the way. We also get the time freedom. You know, when you can work in the comfort of your home and do all this and be able to get an income and be able to manage your time well and plan your time well, that's the best kind of life. When you're healthy, when you're doing something you love, and then you're doing it well and it's yielding results, that is the kind of business I want to do. And I'm sure all of you would like to do. So have a lovely day. God bless you. We just have a few minutes, 3 minutes. I'll just hand it back to Rev Walter for the remaining 3 minutes. Thank you all for listening to me.
Indeed. So there you have it. Excuse me. Anne was showing you exactly how it is that you can utilize these networks for the purposes of pushing what it is you do. This morning, I think one of the things that Chiramba Kanyama posted in his book, which I love, sorry, not his book, on his Facebook page, which I think is so cardinal. He said, whenever you sell online, and do not say, support me, please support me. Don't use such a term because you come off as needy. You know, never ever do that. So when you do business, demonstrate value. And that's what we always talk about in this platform. Always demonstrate value. That's why you must be very deliberate about your online presence, how you project yourself on social media, how you project yourself on your profiles, even your business card, just how it looks. Everything about what you do must be really, really top notch. Speaking of business cards, there was a time that I was interacting with Mr. Rocky Sombe, and he had a business. He got rid of it, but he was doing a signage business, and he mentioned and said that you can tell the level of an individual by their business card. I said, really? He says, yep. The richer and more successful the people are, their cards are simpler. You know, just plain white background, just the name, designation, and a phone number. The richest people is just the name and phone number, done. That's the richest person, like Elon Musk or what's his name, or Bill Gates. Their cards are just basically their name and a phone number, done. Then as you go down, that's when you have all the details. And when you get to the SMEs and the micro entrepreneurs, my goodness, it's the name, it's the designation, and then all they have credentials, like really long, like the more credentials, MZB, MBA, the thing can even go across to the next paragraph, you know. Then from there, the 3 addresses they have are all there. Then the 6 different emails, then 5 telephone numbers. And then when you turn it to the back, all the things they do. And then for good measure, and the picture and the logo, like, wow. And then they tend to look really flashy. So I really laughed when I heard that. I said, you know, it's so true. I have been to social events and I've seen the cards of the topmost people. One particular time, very, very interesting. I bumped into our current head of state before he became president, and he had handed a card and it just had his number. That's all, nothing else. And it is like, whoa, okay, oh, neat. So you realize it's true. So that in itself is an example of how you project value. Anyway, I digressed, but it's 8 o'clock. So thank you, everybody. Tomorrow we have Dr. Nelly on the call. And we look forward. Anne closes by saying, remember to grow, engage, and promote who you are, but do it in a very deliberate, clever way. And sometimes make sure that what you say and what you do and who you want to be are projected properly. Because if you do them wrong, they come back to haunt you. All righty, have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow when we have Doc doing her thing.